Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, P game. All right, man. So Floyd Mayweather came out doing an interview, I think, with Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. Basically, Floyd Mayweather said now the Tank has re-signed with Mayweather Promotions. When asked about a possible fight with Devin Haney and Tank Davis, basically Floyd Mayweather was his usual condescending self and basically brushed off the notion of Tank fighting Devin Haney. Basically said that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson need to fight and they shouldn't even worry about Tank. Now, we all know the politics and the history behind this. As you guys know, Devin Haney is currently with Top Rank. And so is Shakur Stevenson. And of course, we know the history between Floyd Mayweather and Bob Arum. Floyd Mayweather doesn't want to really do any business with Top Rank because of his history with Bob Arum. So basically, at the end of the day, more than likely, it's highly unlikely that a Tank versus Devin Haney fight will be made anytime soon, even though Tank has shown desire to at least entertain the thought of having that fight sooner than later. But, Floyd Mayweather, as usual, making this about himself instead of making it about the fans and giving fans fights that they would be interested in seeing. So, this is just textbook. And this is just unfortunate for boxing that we have to keep going down this, this dark path, this mission to nowhere because of grudges, gripes, and to a certain degree pettiness that these promoters have with each other. Not trying to one up each other, basically putting up barriers and not giving the fans the fights that they want to see. At the end of the day, I think if they gave us the fights that we wanted to see, I do think fans would come back to the fights. They would start buying tickets. And maybe, you're hearing this thing about, the pay-per-view market is dwindling, and that's because we're not getting the fights we want to see. If you would give us the fights we wanted to see, then it could set up pay-per-view down the line to bring back pay-per-view somewhat. But at the end of the day, I do think those days of doing Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather numbers are over. But I do think if a fight is put together and promoted properly, I think you could still reach that 5, 6, 700,000. A million could be pushing it, but it would have to take a certain fight, But I think it can be done. But nevertheless, it is what it is. And it's just a shame that Floyd continues to conduct himself in this manner. I wish this would stop. The best way to get even with Bob Arum is to make matches with your fighters versus his fighters and say, hey, my fighters are better than your fighter, and I'm going to prove it by setting up these matches and my fighter beating all your fighters. But because of this gripe and this thing, I don't want to put any money in Bob Arum's pocket. We have this thing, and this isn't just with Floyd Mayweather and Bob Arum. It's just with a lot of these promotional companies, and to me, it's just sickening, and it's just sad to hear these type of stories. But at the end of the day, I'm only one man. It come down to the fans, and it come down to other media calling this baloney out, and not being afraid to call it out. So until we start calling this bullshit out, this is going to continue to happen. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loses. The fans lose, the promoters lose, and the fighters lose when they don't try to find some kind of common ground to make these fights. That's it. That's all I got to say. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.